It's just not the holidays without Skull Servants being here to make sure that everybody's holly jolly. Come on, guys, make sure you smash the crap out of that subscribe button so you guys don't miss out on more of these little 12 days of deck profiles and goodies. Okay, so day one's winner. Down below, what do we got today? Well, this was something that LDB Duel sent me a long time ago with basically a deck box deck holder on it. And you're probably like, oh, is that it, Robbie? No. I included a little treasure on the inside of this. This isn't the only thing that you'll be getting. So in addition to this really fancy deck box here, there is going to be something on the inside of this that is from my personal collection and really, really cool. I'm not going to tell you what it is, but you got to win this to get it. So leave a comment down below, of course, along with a comment so you guys can get entered in so you can walk home with this awesome deck box. And you know what, LDB, I'm still actually genuinely impressed. This deck build or deck loop holder here is actually really, really cool in terms of design and things for products. So we're going to pass it on over what you guys also came here for, Skull Servants. All right, now this particular Skull Servant list actually ended up top 4ing its locals. I believe it was a 16-man locals. It might not seem like a lot to some players out here, but when I got sent this, I don't have the side deck for this, but Akano gathered this up and said, Robbie, you should check this out. I was like, you know what, we'll save this for the 12 days series, because Skull Servants is one of those decks that kind of catches a lot of people off guard. It's very, very cool in terms of its deck build and honestly like the things it can do, but it's going to very heavily rely on OTK. So you guys saw a while back on this channel that we've seen a combo version of this deck that can, you know, do milling powers with Curious, you know, and some of the Lightsworn engine to kind of capitalize and generate some advantage. Well, this build is a little bit more standardized and streamlined for what it wants to do, but don't be fooled by this deck because little things and interactions like that for 500 are very interesting. So we have triple Skull Servant, of course, a skeletal ghoul that isn't strong but can mean trouble in large numbers. We have triple copies of Radion, the multidimensional kaiju. It's a dark kaiju. You can allure it away if your hand ends up sculpting very, very badly. And it's kind of where like your advantage tree comes up with this is you should see this. You should be able to win the game. Of course, we have triple copies of the White Princess. The cool thing with all these extra little gimmicky cards is they're all also Skull Servants. So if this is normal or special, you send a White Prince from your deck to the graveyard. During either player's turn, send this card from your hand or field to the graveyard. All monsters currently on the field lose attack and defense equal to their own level and rank times 300. Okay, it's not great, but sending the White Prince and acting as a Skull Servant is really good. The Lady in White, face up level 3 or lower zombie monsters on the field, except for Lady in White, can't be destroyed by battle. Oh boy. Also, they are unaffected by spell and trap cards and effects. And this card's name becomes Skull Servant while in the graveyard. I love protection. It's like the best thing for this deck. Alright? We have triple White Baking, becomes Skull Servant while in the graveyard. If a level 3 or lower zombie monsters you control be destroyed by battle card effect, you can discard this instead. So yes, this can take a hit for you. Alright? If this card is sent to the graveyard, you add 2 monsters with different names from your deck to your hand except for White Baking that are either Skull Servant or specifically list Skull Servant in their text. And then you get to discard 1, which means your big king can get bigger. Then we have White Mare here. So this becomes Skull Servant while in the graveyard, and you can activate one of these effects, alright, by discarding it. So you can target a banished Skull Servant or White Mare, return it to the graveyard, or you can target one of your banished Lady in White or King of Skull Servants and special summon it. Free extending options are really good. Then we have White Prince here. Send to the graveyard and send a Skull Servant and 1 Lady in White from your hand and or deck to the graveyard. You can banish 2 Skull Servants and this card from your graveyard, special summon 1 King of Skull Servants from your deck. Oh boy. So we're all just going to pump out for this guy. So this is your win con. The original attack and defense of this card becomes the combined attack of your King of Skull Servants and Skull Servants in your graveyard times 100, or times 1,000. When this card is destroyed by balance in the graveyard, and banish one other King of the Skull Servants or Skull Servant from your graveyard to resurrect him. So your value train just continues on with this guy. We have triple Lure for draw power, 1/1 for 1 for getting to any of your pieces that you need. We have triple Lightning Storm for board wipes, triple copies of Pot of Extravagance for draw power. We have 1 Called by the Grave for hand traps, 2 Burials to return via White Prince that we might banish off, and we have triple copies of Infinite Permanence for spot removal hand trap. Extra deck here, all going to be things that have to do with basically expediting the process for this deck. So we have 2 Relinquished Anima, 1 Linkuriboh with 2 Avendred Savior, 2 Vampire Suckers, 1 Nightmare Phoenix with 1 Unicorn, 1 Vampire Fascinator, 1 Apollousa, 1 Axis Code, 1 Assembled Nightingale, 1 Downard, and 1 copy of Zeus. Wrapping up day 2 for the 12 days of interesting deck profiles. What do you guys think? Please leave a comment down below, tell me what you guys think, and I will see your beautiful faces back here later today, and I do hope you guys are enjoying the good little goodies. Patrons, thank you.
Thank you so much for watching. Check out these other videos.